seems like everybody's doing it now, but to take it like to another level.
It could be anything from tagging, like in my mind, tagging is like setting up a character and creating a name, like just a quick scrawl, and all the way to bombing. And to me, bombing is throwing up a piece and it looks real tight. And I'm an older head, you know, I'm pushing on 40, so I've seen a lot of it growing up in different cities in Chicago, Miami, um, Las Vegas, New York. I've been all over the place, DC, and I see it all around. And you know, there's a lot of different levels. It's like young kids that are trying to come up. Like my son, he's 15 right now, and he's really trying to stake his claim and make his name. And he's doing some really ill things with characters. And it's just a matter of time before he's able to bomb and do different things. Because everybody starts with tagging. They just start off with a little marker. I used to have mine, you know, the mid-X. I would pop it up, and but I'm not a writer by any means. I can't do that. You know, my style is basically beats, rhymes, and studying the music and everything. And it's amazing to me. It blows my mind all the time. These young kids can create like this incredible stuff out of nowhere. You know, like they get it in their head. They see somebody else and they go, I can do better. You know, and they create something incredible out of it. So
Just because they see chicken scrabble like everywhere else, they think that that's the same graffiti that people are doing also. So I think they got it misunderstood what the art of graffiti is to the chicken scrabble and all that other stuff. You know, one could be like a gang chicken scrabble, and the other thing is just something beautiful. It's art. It's just more. It's heart what they put into the mural, whatever they put into that wall. It has a lot of feeling to it.
can't stop graffiti. You know what I'm saying? And graffiti to me, like if you really want to give it like a derogatory term, graffiti to me is somebody that's throwing up something that's just scratch and it's nasty and it doesn't make any sense. You see it on the trains all the time. But if it's something beautiful, if it's something that people can appreciate, then that makes the difference. You know what I'm saying? That really makes a difference. Um, if it's something that people can behold and just like, wow, that is beautiful, that's what makes the difference. And that's where you got to steer these kids. That's where you got to steer these artists that are out there struggling and trying. Okay, it's kind of like everybody, like we've made scratch tracks, we made like whack hip hop joints that we did back in the day. You know what I mean? That really didn't relate to nobody. It didn't really make a lot of sense, and everybody's like, ah, you can do better, right? And then we elevated our skills over time on the microphone, on the turntable skills. You scratch a little bit harder. So you gotta allow for like practice per se. But at the same time, if they're not able to translate that into something that's tangible to where they can make some money off it or where they can see a future doing it, that's when you got to rope them in, and that's when you got to give them something else. You got to give them alternatives, man. You got to give them alternatives. Like anybody who MCs, any of the elements of hip hop culture, whether it be DJing, MCing, breakdancing, you know, graffiti, you got to give them alternatives, man. Because if they don't have alternatives, then they're just gonna crumble. They're just gonna be out there in the streets and not producing the right way. You know what I mean? So the artists on the street have always been a part of the culture, and it's really important to me that they are influential and they have a hand in everything that I do. Um, I've had graffiti artists from 16 to 38 do logos for me and everything else, and for the mid-ax music and everything. And I'm real comfortable with them, and they're real comfortable with me. It's never been a situation to where a person's been uncomfortable. Um, they like the fact that I represent hip hop and that they represent hip hop as well, but yet they want to keep themselves secretive and everything. They don't want everybody necessarily to know who they are, but they bomb and they do different things and they do their thing, and it's always been that way. So
So how do you